Mike Giglio now, freelance reporter who's extensively covered militant groups in the United States, author of the book Shatter the Nations, ISIS and the War for the Caliphate. Mike, thank you. You've written that many in these groups are former military and former law enforcement. What attracts people with those backgrounds to these groups?
You know, a lot of times people with that background are drawn by the idea that they can continue somehow serving their country or carrying out their oath. And the way that these groups build themselves is, this is a way for you to do that. Of course, with our worldview of what the rules of U.S. society should be and our enforcement of what we think the political norms should be. And that's what's causing a lot of these guys to say, hey, we can follow the law that we're putting out there. And we have the experience to back it up.
Yeah, Mike, they don't label themselves as Republicans, but during the Capitol riots, they were influenced and encouraged by some Republican lawmakers. Where do they go from here now that the former president is gone?
So that's the important part, right? So if they are looking at themselves as an extension of law enforcement, and they can look to Republican politicians and leaders to reinforce their worldview that the election was stolen, that there's some conspiracy against America that they need to defend against, I think it just means that there's going to be further incitement. And so what I've been watching really is, you know, what does Donald Trump say, and what do these Republican politicians say, and you know, will they move to try and tell their supporters stand down, or will they continue with the kind of frames and conspiracy theories that really activate them and make them feel like they need to act?
Well, we can see what's happening so far. You've covered wars and civil wars all around the globe. Does what's going on now in this country remind you of anything that you've witnessed abroad?
You know, I don't think we're on the verge of some sort of civil war like I covered in Syria or Ukraine, but I think there's too much in America that reminds me of those places. And I don't think we should be comfortable with any echoes or any shades of countries that have fallen into that kind of violence. And so the things here that remind me of those places are just the division, the way each side thinks that the other is actually their enemy and wants their destruction. That's not just a political game, it's an existential game. And the fact that both sides operate from their own sets of facts. And I found in my time overseas that can be really dangerous.
Yeah, your own set of facts that's never going to work. Mike Giglio. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.